Wow, 2024 is here with us. You've made your New Year resolutions and real work begins. We at Chams Media say Happy New Year and welcome to our first episode of the year. And this is what we've lined up for you.
On the first episode of 2024, a celebration of culture and religion at Kenyan American Community Church in Georgia, USA, with Bishop Dr. George Gitahi.
It is actually home away from home in every sense of word.
This, as Germany-based George Odongo puts Kenya on the global map through his African-inspired gaming company.
Our music, our rhythm, our roots unite us.
Great. We begin with our first story, and this is from Atlanta, Georgia.
It will only take you 5 minutes to realize this is not your typical American church. Located in Marietta, Georgia, Kenyan American Community Church has been home away from home for its congregants. Bishop Dr. George Gitahi is its founder.
I was a student here at Camp here for advanced studies. And when I finished my PhD, which was in intercultural studies, my research was on Kenyan immigrants in the United States of America, a case study of Kenyans living in Metro Atlanta, Georgia. So when I finished studying and defending my dissertation, my church back home said, "You have done research on Kenyan immigrants in the US. You might as well serve those immigrants who are in the diaspora." So 1999, January 31st, 16 of us met on 189 Church Street here in Marietta, Georgia. That's the beginning of the Kenyan American Community Church.
Yes, for nearly 25 years, Kenyan American Community Church has been bringing the Kenyan community in Georgia together.
We were hosted by this church in a very tiny place, and we would go to worship, offer worship at 4 o'clock. So we had to wait for the host church to finish and go back in the evening. And they would finish at 8 o'clock. And then we grew and we stayed there for 8 good years. And still we found a place where we could purchase from a Korean immigrant congregation. And being 16 of us, we found a property worth $2.5 million. And it's just by miracle that God helped us to put people together to start slow, gradually, but surely. So we have evolved to become a community church.
Now, unlike most community churches you'd find in the US, Kenyan American Community Church is a bit different, as it doesn't focus on one denomination, but rather celebrates the diversity of the Christian faithful.
Instead of being so confined to one particular denomination back in Kenya, I thought of having a community church. So at Kenyan American Community Church, we have people from all walks of life: Roman Catholic, Pentecostals, Presbyterian, Anglican, Quakers, name it. Because what we want to practice here is how the church will be in heaven. Wow. Denominations will not count there. And did you know that back home, majority of us Christians are Christian by geographical accident? Because missionary came to particular area, that's why some of us are Anglican. Go to Meru, they are Methodists not because they know the methods, just because the missionary came from a Methodist tradition. Exactly. So we thought, why can't we just have the common denominator, Jesus Christ?
Currently, the church has about 700 active members, with about 300 more joining online from all across the globe.
It gives me a sense of belonging. It's a place I come to, of course, worship, get spiritually nourished, and also get to meet my people. I work in a place where I don't get to see Kenyans. So when I come here, it grounds me. I feel like I'm home, yeah, without having to be in Kenya.
You associate with fellow Kenyans, fellow members. You feel that you are home. You have the same culture, you have the same language, you speak, and there is also Kikuyu service.
It is actually home away from home in every sense of word, because not only do we worship, we come here to have meals, we come here to do our cultural events. We eat Kenyan food, but we also gather to discuss, to chill and talk about our Kenya. So it could also be a chilling place. It's a worship place. It's a community place when we have deaths and all, weddings and all that.
Speaking of cultural events, the Kenyan American Community Church goes out of its way to sponsor prominent Kenyan personalities to come here to minister.
We have Ambassador Emmy I don't know whether you know, she's the culture ambassador. And then we'll be privileged to host the woman rep of Kiambu, Anne Morade. She's loved because she is an advocate of a boy child. You know, for a long time we talked about the girl and we forgot about the boy. So she has been an advocate for the boy child. So we will have those two guests plus other folks from Nairobi who will come to be with us, but also proceed to our cruise to Mexico.
Wow.
5 days, about 300 people. So we are so excited about it. But Maju festivals. It's called Maju because we are the Maju people. It's festivals, tradition, it's food, it's joy.
Yes, Kenyan American Community Church does more than just feed the soul with matters of the spirit.
When we first came, people gravitated together because of their national identity. As long as you are Kenya, people came. And part of the reason why people meet together, we become lonely. So when you see somebody from your country, we come together because we have things we can share together. That identity, national identity that makes us share Kenya. But also, we have commodities from Kenya. We have food stuff here. We sell Kenyan food here. Counseling, yes. We have a lot of cross-cultural issues. There are folks who come here, they don't know how to live with the Americans. They don't know how to blend. And as a cultural consultant, I try to bridge that gap. Being a Kenyan and you're coming to America, we want to make sure that you can learn easily and adjust quickly, blend, but also help Americans understand Kenyans. So we are a community to doing all those kind of things.
The church is also active in connecting Kenyans here with their motherland through being used as a service center for consular services by the Kenyan Embassy. And this activism goes beyond borders. Yes, the church is big on investing back home.
We help through scholarships. People come here and we partner. We have children home somewhere in Nakuru that we sponsor. But we also go for short-term mission work. Like we started a widow association where we want to help those who have lost their husbands and all that. We want to reach out to the refugees who are in Kenya and be part of that. So we've done that. We've gone to Alliance High School in the past, offered scholarship. So once in a while, we have short time. We also have long term mission works. We have a full department of mission headed by one of our pastors.
25 years and still going strong, with plans of expanding its reach through the use of social media.
Everything is centered now on the social media. Much as we castigate that bad things are happening in social media, as a church we must decisively get involved in social media and offer an alternative. One way we want to do is to tell our story, the diaspora story, through filming, through documentary, because we want to share our story through social medias. And so we want to expand this facility so that we can reach Kenyans, but also help coordinate among other immigrants here.
Community, activism, ministry, and unity. These are the pillars that make the Kenyan American Community Church in Marietta, Georgia a success. For us at Chams Media, all we can say is a job well done.
What a spiritual way to begin the year, and as Bishop Gitahi said, the Kenyan American Community Church is home away from home. We now take a short break. When we return,
Our music, our rhythm, our roots unite us.
we will feature German-based George Odongo, who owns an African-inspired gaming company. Stay with us. Welcome back. Time now for Germany-based George Odongo, who runs an African-inspired gaming company. And this interview was conducted by Michael Zimanji.
Tell me, where do we go?
Before we get right into it, let's begin. What is Riki?
Riki, at its core, is a mobile-first rhythm game that is about experiencing African dance and music culture. You are going on this journey as the Mzito, the heroes of our story, to unite Africa by mastering music from all over the continent. Because without a doubt, our music, our rhythm, our roots unite us.
Do we go? Tell me, where do we go?
So when I use my platform, whether my phone, my tablet, when I open Riki, what will I find?
You will find an experience about music, about African music specifically. We wanted to really channel that idea of unity because we felt like if you listen to Amapiano or Rumba or you listen to Gengeton, it unites the whole continent without really knowing the language, knowing what they're talking about. There's something about the rhythm, the vibe, the attitude, the culture that brings us together. And our company is all about, sending that message, bringing that message, activating our inner potential. And unity is a big part of that.
So how do you play it? Is it multiplayer?
It is single player at the moment, but you will be able to experience part of it with your friends at the same time. So it plays by tapping and interacting on indicated areas of the screen according to the music. So if it's ta, 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 you'll tap on the screen, ta, 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 for example. So it's all about really mastering the rhythm of the music and being in tune with it, because it's all about that harmony, that unity you have with the music. And we believe that gives you an understanding of the people, of the vibrance, of where this music came from, of the culture where this music came from.
So you're still based in Germany?
Yes, at the moment I am still based in Germany. I work for the university there and we make educational games for university students. That opened up my mind to see what else can game development do outside of entertainment, outside of empowerment, but also in education. How can we educate people using games? Because that interactivity, that experience allows people to be connected more to their games, allows them to be more interested, allows them to kind of see what they're learning and play with it, feel it, experience it. And I hope to bring that knowledge back. So yes, I'm still working there, but I have my co-founder on the ground pushing initiatives in Kenya because we have a responsibility to Kenya as well. We have to grow our industry here. And I hope to use that experience from Germany to really push our industry to the next stage because we can make these games, we can make these amazing experiences just like the rest.
First, we started with my brother, George Here. He was a co-founder, so for him, he's the development, I am the administration. We also had a past co-founder, but he left the business, so I'm going to break it down into two. Development and administration. For the development, we have programming and we also have design. So we have a number of technical artists and also coders in the team, and then we also have, now this is outsourced. We outsource creatives in terms of UI, UX, 2D and 3D animation, and also environmental art. And sometimes we also have music producers, and we also have voice artists, and also script writers and storyboard writers. So that's the creative side and the development side. The administrative side, I'm not really well versed in everything. Legal is my forte, but we do have outsourced work to our accountants, and we also have my father, Dana Here, who also is a director, and he helps us in just making sure our books are correct so that we can now forward this to our accountants and they can audit our books, because we are a business at the end of the day, and everything just has to be regulatory compliant and running smoothly.
We're at Nairobi Game Development Center. This is where we come when we want to meet the community, meet gamers, do events, and really just develop our games here, because we are a remote company. And this has been a really good opportunity, really great hub to kind of do that. And it's also affordable as well. As you can see, it's a beautiful place. Yeah. But they don't only do that. Like I said, they do events. It's a workspace. It's an incubator. They do game jams here. And the environmental summit is actually happening at this location. So it's an amazing place to be.
So this is your go-to place whenever you're in the country.
Yes.
And you need to work as a team.
Yeah.
And basically it's kind of unique for your kind of business.
Exactly. Creative business, place to be, animation, games, digital creativity. This is an amazing place to be.
Beautifully put. Now, do you see that there was value in you daring abroad? You began in, you said China, and then from China you went to France, and then from France you went to Germany. Was there value in you studying abroad?
First of all, I was in China from 2012 to 2016. This is my bachelor's degree. When I went there, it was really about getting the base knowledge of developing a game. I did a software engineering degree there. So that was very important. At the time, there weren't very many good software engineering degrees in the country. So I had to go abroad to do that. So that was the value there. Another value was kind of seeing a society that had embraced gaming culture, because China has embraced it. There being a big person in gaming is being as big as Jay-Z. They draw crowds and they draw people in, and it's a big part of their culture. So I'd say that was very important for me to see and get exposed to that. France was good for the business, because we just came out of university. I had to learn how to run a company. What does it take from the business to the marketing to the go-to-market strategy, all these different aspects. And at the same time, I had to see how big is this industry really? How much does it make? How do you make a living out of this? That's what gave me that knowledge there. And then in Germany was when I started to understand, okay, what's the theoretical knowledge I need to make a really good game? What's the fundamental knowledge in design, in sound, in art, in animation that can really allow you to really tell the right story and tell it well? Exactly. So that's kind of why I feel like it was valuable. At the same time, you want to be around people who are better than you, who can teach you things, who can allow you to grow. And I feel like being abroad has given us that exposure, that edge, and that understanding of there's so much more out there. We are almost like messengers. We're just the beginning of this industry, and there's so much more to come.
Now, everybody who's watching would want to know, when can I access the game? So tell us a bit, which stage are you at, and when should we expect it?
So at the moment, we are in a testing phase. Games are very complex things to make, and you have to really make sure they are right before they're out there. So we're going to be looking for testers very soon. So I guess watch out for us. After the testing phase, around the middle of this year, so around July to October, we will be releasing the game to the public. Everybody will get to play it, experience it, and really tell us what you think so we can continue improving the game. Because it's a kind of game where we want to continuously add content, add more music, add more experiences to really give you the feel of Africa. So expect it this year, 2024, we believe is a year for growth, the year for prosperity, the year to go to infinity.
So what exactly do you hope to achieve through Riki and your gaming company?
What we want to achieve is revenue. First of all, we have to make our business make sense. So through revenue generation, we'll be able to scale, we'll be able to get a bigger team, and we'll be able to raise the standard of living of Kenyans. We also want to contribute to the creative economy through employment and also through partnerships. You're going to partner with musicians, dancers, producers, and even fashion artists who want to incorporate their fashion designs within the game.
For me, from a very young age, my purpose was I want to empower people. I want to give them that idea that you have a potential that you can unlock. And one of the best ways to show somebody's inner potential is to show it to them. I'm going to give an example of Black Panther, the movie. Everybody, before then, nobody really thought about an African future, a beautiful African city with advanced technology, with beautiful stories, with being at the top of the world. And we want to show people those things in our games.
Kama tumepigwa na makazi,
Parting short, we've been at this for a very long time. We have experienced highs, lows, wins and losses, but we still believe in this. We really, really believe Africa is going through a renaissance, because this is going to be the first time African culture and music and dance has actually touching gaming. So we're going to experience completely new things. We're just the messengers. We're here to tell you we are here and rhythm games are here, Riki is here, but what's going to come after will be much more amazing, much more beautiful. It will take us places, it will show us things that we have never seen before. So join us on this journey. We're looking for partners, looking for people to come and really join us, help us take Riki where it's supposed to be.
tell me where do we go? When am I late? Do we go? Tell me where do we go? Where do we go?
Kudos to George Odongo and his colleagues for taking technology beyond the borders. And before I wind up, allow me to share these memories from a recent meeting of my high school alumni, that is St. Peter's Mumias High School. And this alumni brings together those who were there between 1982 and 1992 during the leadership of former principal Ijait C. Aluku. And we do this every year, and during the meeting on 28th December 2023, we launched an investment company known as Men's Sana Investment Company. So I leave you with some sound bites and images from that meeting. Once again, Happy New Year and many thanks for watching Daring Abroad.
With the blessing of our patron, we want to go and do business. And in this business, we want some of you who are corporate managers and retired to come and pick up this company and run with it and be our managers. As we give money, as we generate money, let this company grow to heights so that we are able to build a name, and that name Menana, that's the only way it's going to gain roots and grow, and will be a blessing to our patron.
An investment that you can all call out, call for, and it runs very fast for your assistance, so that you have an occasion still to continue celebrating, but you have an occasion to allow this thing to grow up, and it will be an investment that you'll have formed for the benefit of yourself and the entire family. Thank you. Congratulations. We wish you the very best of luck.